Hello everyone and welcome back to Sci-Fi Magi. When last you saw us, we were at the Imagination Institute at Walt Disney World checking on Figment. Oh, you caught me at reception! Figment and the scientists there. But today we are going to talk about freezing. The idea of taking a liquid and turning it into a solid. Hopefully by magic. Maybe as if by science as well. If you stay with us, we'll show you another way to turn liquid into solid in an instant.
Chili Fruits, Frozen Clusters, starring Blueberry, sponsored by Freeze Tag.
Welcome into the lab. A very special episode here in the lab. We have something dangerous involved. That's why I have safety materials on. Now, if you're going to try this at home, you as well use the proper safety precautions. So, let's get a look at this dry ice sorbet. We are just about done here. Breaking up the dry ice into a powder. You want to actually have it powderized because again, if it's like cubed, it's not going to work. So after you smash this, come back down here. Look. You have all this it's almost like snow. Powdered dry ice. And that's what we're trying to collect here. It's just a bunch of it so you're kind of ahead of the game when you need it. See how cold it is just by the edge of that. This is like a loaf pan, just an easy bake loaf pan if you're making bread or something. But it's very good for keeping the dry ice in. One more thing to note. You do want to use gloves because you can get burned from dry ice because of how cold it actually is. But don't be terrified of it. If you actually come into contact with it, it's not going to really burn you unless you have it sit in your hand or something of that nature. So just be careful, be aware, but also have some fun. So now to make your sorbet, it is very easy. Need our safety goggles. Of course. Strawberry mixture, puree into the mixer. Now, what we want to do here is very slowly you want to actually add in the dry ice. So we have a slotted spoon for mixing the sorbet once it starts to harden, and then this to actually scoop, because you don't want these small particles to go through the slotted spoon, of course. So you're going to start this at somewhat of a low speed as it mixes, add the dry ice, and we're going to see some magic, some sci-fi magi magic. Here we go. So lock it in place and you're good to go. Again, low speed as you add the dry ice. So what's happening here is as you add this dry ice powder, it's actually hyper freezing the puree that you made. So it creates a sorbet almost instantly. You have it rapid freezing inside the mixer. And now let's have a look inside. Still bubbling away. Not quite frozen. Let's keep going. See? Here it is. It is starting to become sorbet. There it is, guys. tea. Try it, guys. Try a sorbet. Really awesome, really fun, really delicious, with a little bit of science. Now let's take a look at that fun illusion where you turn water into ice instantly. It's a little different than the dry ice sorbet which we just did, which is kind of amazing and delicious, guys. If you have a chance, give it a try. But to change water into ice, all you're gonna do is, of course, have your ice cubes inside the cup, but you also have a sponge. So you have a little sponge inside, just like that, and on top you put your ice cubes, and none are the wiser. So with those inside, you can now take a little bit of water, pour it in, and of course that would absorb into the sponge, and then of course you have ice, as if by magic. Maybe also a little bit of science as well. Well, that wraps up this episode of Sci-Fi Magi. If you guys enjoyed it, of course, check out some of our other episodes here on YouTube. We'll see you next time with more videos on tmrproductionstudios.com. And of course, check out our Etsy shop for more fun stuff. Kongaloosh.